on. But I think that's it. Right? Yeah, just those two guys. Okay.
All right, looks like we're good to go.
Do. Are you in here or no?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. It says 18.
Dude.
Are we waiting for? I'm guessing a couple people from
It's
tier
what's
3.
called both of the Haas,
Oh,
Mod and
okay.
Twan, both reserving for Haas. Oh, I sent them invites.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll tell them to start, and then they can join during qualifying.
Cool.
Do. Alrighty.
All right. Hello, everybody. We're just waiting to get a couple more people in, a couple Haas drivers, and yeah, getting ready to load into qualifying. I have to make sure I leave Discord open. I always forget. Like, I'll try and click on like Google Chrome to open, and then it won't show your face. But we want to see your beautiful face, so I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Beautiful may be a stretch, but it's a big for sure.
My dog is jumping around. Can you relax? It's chill time. Thank you. All right, let me pull up all this stuff.
This, that. All right. Here we go. Okay.
I think Twan joined. Oh, there he goes. Yep,
I
there he
saw
is.
I saw a mod join as well, so they both should be in. I just sent it in the Haas chat that I sent their invites.
Oh,
So
okay.
they both here.
All right, cool. Beamer has left. Going out already. Fat Weed's going out. A lot of people are going out actually. Let's see if I can try and invite Beamer back, but
I should be able to get it. Let's see. Oops. All right. That's the problem with being a tier 2 coordinator.
yeah, and then doing this at the same
I have
time.
so many freaking friends that it takes me forever to scroll through everyone. Who is on the track? Looks like
Mod. Oh, Mod.
I think
Disconnected.
I think put a setup on. I think retired in the pits.
Oh, it said he left. I think. See if I can get him back real quick.
Well, it says he's out of the session in the pits, so don't know what that's going to do. But we have 1, 2, 3. We only have six people out on track right now.
I think a lot of people might have been watching the other tiers and might be afraid of doing qualifying. They don't want to get stuck in that mid pack, as we've seen. It's been quite something today so far. But
yeah, I don't know how your race went.
that was terrible. It was terrible.
I was commentating on it, so I saw what happened at the
At the
beginning.
beginning, yeah. I'll put in the chat in the media chat later of my point of view. It
Oh,
was ridiculous. But no, unfortunately, I crashed into Normbash. He spun on
yeah,
Parabolica, and since he was only like
right.
2 seconds or something like that ahead, I had no time to really react because he was on the racing line. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I'll go on the inside. So I was on the inside hugging the curb, and then he kind of tried to pull off the racing line at the last second, and then I slammed
yeah,
into him, unfortunately. So it was just wrong place, wrong time kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Those are the worst. I got punted with well, halfway through, like 1.5 laps left. I
Okay.
was going, I was P3, battling for P2. Then I got dive bombed into turn one, and I didn't want there to be an accident, so I just basically gave up the entire corner.
Yeah.
And then the next chicane, I just got freaking left zero room and
Of course.
freaking shoved out into Nowheresville and spun. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it was a fun day.
In tier
We
three
teased
was
it.
interesting. I was at a party with Jordan and Scruffy.
Yep. Hmm.
That was something as well.
Yeah. Big Mac Dan goes a 119.8. Chili Willy a 119.9. These are
Going down
all
the list here. Who else
pretty
is on a lap?
solid. Pretty solid makers. There is technically it's an 8 driver battle for
Yeah.
the but Land Sharky's not here today, so he will not be able to make up. And
Okay.
I believe I forget who it is. Please don't yell at me. I forget who you are, but I will look it up and get it before the race starts. Mathematically, they have a chance, but they are like 40, 48 points.
Okay.
So they would need the 6 drivers ahead of them to DNF both races or finish outside of the points, and them to win the last 2. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I just realized I didn't switch my screen. Now
Okay.
you guys can see the game. I was like, I've got all my stuff set up here, looking all nice, and I'm like, oh, now you guys are just looking at our faces. Now you guys can see the game. Sorry about that.
But Stig, who is in the championship battle himself, so that's a 119.3. That's a pretty good lap, I would say. Although I say that, and we had D Master OG do a 119.2 in Tier 5 qualifying
Jeez.
today, which was really fun. So I
That
think
guy's
I believe that's
cracked
the
at the
fast.
game.
I believe that's. I didn't watch Tier 3 qualifying, so I don't know if there was a faster lap.
It was in the wet as well, so
Okay.
it's a little on the sketchy side for sure. I
Yeah.
think it was like a 119.6. I think in the interconditions.
Mm-hmm. Still very quick. Simon goes a 119.2. I fully expect someone like Kermit or Stig to be in the 118s for this, one of them.
Right. I
But
could definitely see that. So Simon is top at the moment. So yeah, maybe like a low or a high 18 maybe. Let's
yeah,
say like I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess here 18.7.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Don't hold me
So
to it, but that's just
I will.
me
I mean, if you get
spitballing.
it right, I'll be like, you did it. But if you don't get it right, then no one will ever remember.
Yeah,
You'll have to
exactly.
go back. But that's not a today problem. It's a tomorrow problem.
Exactly. This is on a
But
lap here.
so I believe Kermit is in the lead in the drivers'
Ooh, chili.
title with 85. And then let me. Who was that? That's a questionable car facing the wrong way.
Chili is slowly making his way back onto the track again, not getting anyone's way. Very nice. I think he just did a little spinny through Parabolica.
I'll check the. Maybe I won't because Discord's deciding to break on me. Give me a sec.
Kermit's on his out lap. As I saw someone in the chat saying Kermit is going to win today, so we will hold you to it. He's been on it recently, so I have full faith.
He had a great race last week and stretched his medium tires ridiculously far.
Yeah.
Can't even. And he ended up winning, so it was great. Let me pull up the standings quickly. Okay. So Kermit has 85 points. Epic Wins has 79 points. Stig also has 79 points. And then Beamer has 62. J-Joe has 60. And Drew Lassard has 58. So
Is
the
Beamer
bottom
Beamer reserve still, or did he get picked up?
he now has a full-time seat for Mercedes.
Okay.
So he's a driver now. But yeah, so the top three are separated by 6 points. And then the bottom three, although they're a bit further, the next three are a bit further back. But I mean, one good race from them and a bad race from a few of the top three.
Right.
I mean, we could have a true six-way battle at Monaco next week.
That'd be very interesting. I'll have to tune in when I'm at work. Just pull it up on my phone or something. Is Kermit back? Oh, he invalidated. I was like, he's backed off? No.
So we'll see how that goes. And then Constructors is basically just a three-way battle between Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and McLaren. They're all... Aston Martin's 163, Alfa Romeo is 155, and McLaren is 143. The next closest is 64, so we are not needing to worry about any of the other ones today.
So if you had to take your pick, who do you think's gonna take the constructors?
Constructors, I really like Aston.
Okay.
Not against anyone else, but J-Joe and Kermit are both proven drivers, in this league that have been at the top before.
Right.
So, I just feel like they'll find their way in. And Kiss My Axe is not here today.
Yes, that's correct.
So George Sir is filling in for him, so that is another, having a reserve drive is different.
He's done a couple of reserve drives recently.
Yep.
Surprised he didn't I guess maybe he didn't have enough time to do full time. But it's glad to see him back again.
Yep. Yeah, it's tough too. Like me, I got lucky that, I now have Sundays off of work, so I can pretty much race whenever. But before I used to work 6 to 2, so if I was placed in tier 5, like I just
yeah. Then you're just like, well, guess we can't do that one.
Yeah. So, but Stig goes on 119.1. We're inching ever so closer to these 118s as there's a giant pileup of cars.
Going through Lesbo 1, is that?
Mm-hmm.
J-Joe puts it up to P5. Nice.
Is that Epic? Did Epic spin? I can't even see him. Nope, he was just pulling over to let everyone go. Okay.
I wonder what his plan is going to be. Is he going to just have a Sunday drive here in qualifying, or if he's actually going to put in a serious lap? We'll see. And he's just kind of waiting for everyone to go by at the moment, give himself plenty of time.
Everyone is now by, so I don't.
And now he's just he's going 18 miles an hour, so
he's drifting across the track. Now he's over there.
He's coming up behind him. One of the Alpines.
Leave that.
I didn't see that. I don't know. He's like, I'm still looking at the track map. He's still like just inching along there, so I don't know. I don't think he ran out of fuel or anything.
Quite sure what he's doing. Well, he hasn't set a lap yet, so I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to burn fuel?
Maybe.
But not really he's not revving the engine, so I don't know. Is he trying to set the record for the slowest lap?
Maybe.
Ever?
The slowest out lap. And then maybe go for an actual lap.
Cars behind him now.
Got 2 people right behind him.
Yeah.
I'm watching Tuan come over the line. Is he going to go up in his time? Oh, he decided to go into the pits. Enough of that. Rampage set a purple sector 2. Coming up on the slow-moving Alfa Romeo.
Man, that is not sure what he's doing, but I'm
It's
sure
not much
when
of a toe, so
Maud turns and watches this back, he'll
be quite confused as Rampage
yeah,
crosses the
have
line
something.
from P9 up to P4 with a 19.2.
We've got P1 all the way down to P15 separated by 0.8, which is just crazy. Every week, it seems these guys.
They're like right there with each other. It's like it's hard to separate them.
Is Epic going to go on a lap? Is he trying to...
I don't know what this, what the plan here is, but I don't know.
I mean, starting from last is definitely not the worst idea here at all. But got, is that Semtex jumping up next to him here?
I think so. That the
Fake me out. Thought he was going for a lap and ducks into the pits.
Improves his time to a 19.7.
Looks like
it's
we're
very close margins here.
Like we're gonna have the typical tier 2 sprint out of the pits at the end of the session here,
right,
with
exactly.
all 20 drivers probably on track going for a lap, except for Maud.
Poor Maud.
Yes. So he got disconnected and it wouldn't let him take control.
Oh, okay. So
did
that thing where it retires you and
yeah.
That sucks.
Assuming he's probably not going to have a setup either, which is going to also suck.
Ooh, yeah. Rocking with the default setup doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No, I don't even know what's default. I mean, I know it's low downforce, but I don't know.
Yeah, that suspension's probably so wonky.
Awful. So awful and terrible. Epic.
I'm waiting to see the time because it's going to be in the top left, but he won't move because it's just yellow flags everywhere he goes. He's picked it up. He went from 18 to 32 now, so improvement.
So he's got 6 stars. We're gonna set a 7 minute crawling, 7 minute something lap.
So if his plans to start last, it's not gonna happen because Maud is gonna be last with no time.
Maud is, and
so
Big Mama Frank.
We've got a 7-minute 12 here. What a lap! That's incredible.
It is spicy, to say the least. 2:30. So is he gonna now? What is he gonna do? Is he gonna drive around and get the tires warm and then go set a lap, or is he just gonna come in?
I wonder how much fuel he's got. Can I see it on the
fuel light's not on?
I don't know if it's on the dashboard or not, but no, he's on the hot lap mode, so he's actually going for a lap here, for real. I would assume anyway, with 83%, but maybe not. As everyone is now coming out the pits, so it is go time here.
Looks like, who is that in the Alpha Tower? Is that Chili? That is not. That is Fake Man. He's going to be the first one, I believe, to start a lap.
Permit invalidated again. Hopefully he's got enough fuel he can try and go for another lap here. But that's twice now that he's invalidated. He gets out of the way. Everyone on an actual hot lap right now. Semtex is. Let's go on board with him. I think he'll be the first one to take the checkered flag. Looking at the map correctly.
I think Fake Man was going to be the first one.
Oh, okay.
Started just before Semtex.
With Semtex, see if both of them can improve positions.
Big Man was coming to the end of Sector 2, so we'll see if he's up on his time. He's down 0.5. He's down a half a second. Yikes. So this could be a pretty good improvement for Fake Mano here. Although he has a bunch of traffic to deal with in front here. Hopefully they realize that he's
Ooh,
in the
Sentex
lap.
is spun around. Ooh, and he's slammed into the wall at Ascari. I saw the back end step out, and he couldn't catch it, and off he goes. Ouch. That might be a concussion.
Fake Mano comes across, goes a 119.4, puts him up to 8th. Very good improvement. Got a Mercedes. What's that?
Everyone crossed now.
Starting his lap, so the Ferrari.
Roadster looks like he's crashed as well, I think.
Yep, right out of the second Lesmo.
Oh, I saw a spin. I saw a spinning McLaren. Was that Dan? No, Stig. Yep, Stig
yes.
spun around coming out of Ascari. That might
he
catch
will
a few people out today. Who knows?
He will not improve on his time. Got Capacci having a great couple laps. JJ goes up to P7. As Kermit is coming. Oh, he's invalidated.
Again?
Yes.
Oh, Rampage has also crashed. Everyone's crashing. Everyone's sending it. They gotta send it. Try and get improve their times as much as they can. As I'm watching Simon go wide. I'm surprised he didn't invalidate there, unless I'm going blind. But Simon does not improve, or he stays in the same spot.
Is that Chili's around again? What is going on?
Everyone is spinning. What's happening?
I believe Fatweed is the only one on a lap that is actually on a lap that has a chance of improving right now.
As he crosses the line. Oh yeah, big improvement.
Up to P4.
Beamer's not on the lap. Chili isn't. I think that's it. Colby,
I believe
maybe? He's invalidated.
Colby invalidated. So
I think that's all she wrote for qualifying.
Yeah.
The 7-minute 12 lap is really impressing me, I must say.
Yes. So obviously, Epic wanted to start from the back, even though he is in the title fight here.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd rather be either in the top 2 or in the bottom, in the bottom like 4, because anywhere from like 5th to like 13th or 14th is just not a fun place to be.
It's either sometimes you try and play it safe and break a little earlier, and then the person behind you isn't expecting you to break too early, and then they end up hitting the back of you, and yeah, it's just a mess.
Yep. Definitely not ideal.
But if we ignore the the 7-minute lap time, everyone's pretty close together. Tolby obviously a little bit out of his depth, a little, coming up from tier 4, so that's. I mean, I'd be the same. So he did a better lap than me than I would have done. So, props for sticking with it, covering for the team.
But yeah, like you said, I mean, from P1 all the way to P16, there's only 8/10 separating everyone. So, and even like I said, Twan's a reserve driver as well. He's from tier 3, a little bit.
So hopefully everyone can be on their best behavior going to turn 1. Or getting off the line. We don't want another tier 4 because that was a mess. Yep. People crashing into each other before, like, still in second gear, which is crazy.
Bit of a mess in tier 5 as well, but that was more from people. People took it cautiously, but they took it cautious, but like they'd get on the brakes too hard, and then they'd just lose the rear, and they'd start sliding.
Right.
Like you can be as cautious as you want, but all it takes is one, unforeseen circumstance to happen, and it just
and it's over.
Yep.
Even Giants fan, I think he said it in I think the tier 3 stream that some people need to up their brake bias or something a little bit because might be trying to go for it and they're not expecting it.
If you run ABS, it's fine, but if you don't run ABS, then and you have your brake bias all the way down at 50, every time you hit the brakes, you're going to spin.
Yeah.
So,
because you shouldn't be sliding around early on in the race anyway. But here we go. Hopefully everyone got their strategy sorted as we're away. There we go. There they go now. The Stig on pole. Peichi, Capacci, I don't know how you pronounce that, but Beamer trying to stick his nose in there, go side by side. They're gonna behave side by side. Keep it clean. I like that.
Lots of behaving. Lots of behaving that
Chili
we saw.
dropping, Prid King dropping. Oh, Prid King
Prid King
really
is
dropping.
off. Prid King decided to go through the start. He pulled the Sebastian Vettel, went straight through, and just took out all of the signs.
Well, at least he didn't get a penalty for it. As Beamer actually takes the lead from Stig. Went side by side going through, what's that corner
A
called?
yellow
Curve
flag.
Grand? Oh,
That is
Happy Like
Mama Frank.
Pies is up. Big Mama Frank, Dan is down. I think it's Mod?
Mod, I
And Nate
think
and Dan.
Mod is good.
It's super, super tight everywhere. Just one little bit of contact and
Yep.
you might round you go, so.
And it's interesting to see what the strategies are going to be here today too,
Yeah, let me actually
because
pull up the tires. I forgot.
medium to softs are possible. I did it in tier 5.
Okay.
A bunch of safety cars though,
Yeah.
so medium to soft is possible. Soft to hards, I mean, you can do pretty much the strats that you want. D-Master OG won tier 4.
What a dive
with
from Simon! Oh my, it's gonna let it stick. No, I don't think so. He's onto the grass a bit.
a
Wow.
little wide.
Ooh.
That Weedle, nice.
Hermit is down in 13th. He has to cut the chicane. No penalty.
Let's Twan get by. Both Twan and Maud reserving up this week. Go to the Haas tier. Whoa! What the hell was that? Fake Mano just was. Fake Mano was 11th, and then he just appeared in 16th. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got a bunch of.
I didn't see him. I didn't see his name at all. I was looking at. I saw Kermit's name dropping, as Twan's getting passed by Happy Like Pies, going through Lesmo 2 and Kermit.
And maybe his teammate as well. Everyone.
Oh, everyone! It's a 4-car battle here.
This is going to be wild.
It's each other's space.
Whoa, boy. Very close. Very close. And,
Watching them all dump the battery a bit.
and like I said, Maud is on the stock strategy, so his turn. Oh, boy!
Oh,
Kermit.
and he's out. I caught it just at the end as soon as he started
Pushed.
spinning.
Yeah, he pushed. And then Kermit kind of forced Twan a little wide there. I don't know if there was contact, but it sent Twan left and into the wall.
And there's our first safety car, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we lasted much longer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Much longer than tier 4.
Yeah.
A while longer than tier.
It lasts longer than tier 3 as well.
Yep, tier 3 as well. So
It was fun while it lasted. And
unfortunate on there.
should have checked. Did Gary get wing damage? I'm not sure. I don't think he did. But he dove into the pits right away. As soon as the safety car came out, he was there.
There, he's looking to push those hards as long as he can. Maybe till the end. Maud is on the softs. Maud will try and do his best here with his teammate out now.
Quan has left the session. Very unfortunate to go spinning off there. Looking to have a good start as well.
Looks like he just got. I don't know if him and Kermit made contact or if he tried to just like avoid the contact.
Right.
Then he got on the grass and he tried to save it as best he could, and then there's
no more grip to be had.
nowhere to go when
Yeah.
you get out onto that flat part and into the gravel. So we'll see.
This is pitting. Kermit and Georgester jumping into the pits. From the mediums, I'm guessing they're going to switch to the hards.
Yeah, I'm assuming so, because, I mean, technically you can go to the end, hards, from here. They're not going to feel very good. Kermit did get wing damage from the incident with Twan.
Okay.
So,
Gonna go right to the back here. I think they might come out before Big Mono.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Fake Mono kind of just disappeared. He was one spot and then he dropped down a bunch of places,
Yes,
and then now he's at the back
11,
again. So I have no idea what
he was
happened to him.
amazing. I couldn't figure out what was going on, but
Yeah, that's the hard part about tier 2 is just that they're all so close to each other, so it's hard to like catch everything. Like you're watching one really close battle, then next thing you know, someone's spinning off into the distance, and you're like, wait, what happened?
yep. And I mean, it's the same thing too. It's like you spin in maybe tier 5 or tier 4. Even if there's not a safety car, you can maybe catch yourself back up and put you almost into the bottom of the points.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you spin in this tier,
It's gonna be
and
you're
there's no
gonna be
safety
praying
car,
for a safety car.
you're not getting back
Yeah.
points. It's not. So,
And I think it's
but
just that's just because everyone's so close. So some of the lower tiers are just so much more spread out. So it gives you, like you were saying, it gives you more of a chance to kind of catch back up yourself without having to rely on a safety car. But yeah,
wonderful.
these guys they're on it. As the safety car
Yep.
goes in this lap, everyone's caught
So,
back up.
as far as our drivers' championship goes, we've got Stig, who's in P2, so he would be effectively P1. But Beamer was at 62 points, so if he takes the win here, that'll help his chances for sure.
When he catches Stig a little bit, it was a very he kind of started to speed up and slow down a little bit, but
That was
maintains the lead.
a very late go because there was a bunch of pileup of cars in the back.
Are we going side by side with Simon? Is it? No, that's not Simon. That's Capaci. Apache, whatever his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it.
And we make it up every week. He's never corrected us.
You need to spell out like how to pronounce it so I can do it correctly. I feel like a substitute teacher pronouncing everyone's name wrong. Having his little wiggle.
We're at least through the first 2 chicanes without incident.
As you jinxed it, Tolby and Mono, is it? Looks like they've crashed.
Yeah. Yep.
Another safety car.
Never mind.
Tolby has lost his wing. Mono still has his wing. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm guessing trying to go too wide into the chicane and not enough space was given, potentially, so...
There's a whole lot of that today.
Yep.
Not enough space being given anywhere. So...
It's very narrow, so it's like you really have to pick and choose your battles and know when to go for it or not. And I think a lot of times it's just playing the long game, You're not going to win the race on lap 5, so you shouldn't really be sending it, should you? But...
And Mock and I were talking about this during the Tier 4 race, too. It's like, on the main straight, it's like 4 cars wide.
Yeah.
Like, you can fit 4 wide driving down the pit straight. But once you get into turn 1, it's maximum maybe 2 wide.
Yeah.
So, like, someone has to give. You can't all just force yourselves into the corner and expect nothing to happen.
Right, exactly. Especially because, like we were saying, since it's so close to each other, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm faster than you. You gotta kind of get out of my way a little bit. It's not going to be like that. So you have to be smart about making moves.
Or the guys that are, maybe not in, like J Lowry in Tier 6, where the guys are, they're, a little faster or significantly faster depending on who they're racing against.
Right.
Yeah. So, we don't really have that in this tier where everyone is, just that far ahead.
We're going to bunch up again. Wait for the 2 or the 3 at the back, I guess. Prit King is down. I think he must have pit. Yeah, he did.
I think he pit, yep. So, don't know. Onto the mediums. Him, Fake Mano. Colby onto the hards. It'll be interesting to see because we got Maud and Beamer on the softs. So,
The Maud and Happy are both up 8 spots from their original position. Big Mama Frank up 7. Big Loser, unfortunately, Fake Mono, down 9.
So it'll be interesting to see. Like we said, I mean, Epic obviously wanted to start from the back.
Yeah.
With his
and play it safe.
With his 7-minute qualifying time. So that was all in his plan. Maud did not, though. Maud got disconnected from qualifying, and I believe is using the stock setup. So,
And he's right there with them, and right next to each
yep,
other.
yep.
Slowly
It's
waiting
just
for the last two to catch up. I think they should. Fake Mono's going into the pits again.
he's trying to run. How many is that? 5 stops right
That
now?
is a good question. Let's see. 2 now.
I feel like it's been more than that.
Been at least 7 so far. He's put the hards back on. I don't know if he had them on to begin with. I don't think he did.
Yeah, he must have, because there are 3
Oh,
laps
yep,
old.
yep. And now they gotta wait for him again.
So
Catch
3
back up.
stops.
3 stops.
3 stops. Maybe looking to go for the 5-stop strategy this week. We'll see.
It's interesting for him to pit. I wouldn't expect to go back onto the hards again. Maybe banking another safety car coming out and being able to put on the mediums or the softs or something.
Back. He's a bit far back, so what I'm thinking is maybe he did have wing damage, but it wasn't bad enough, so they didn't change it automatically for him.
Okay. And so you had to go back in again.
He had to go back in and pit again. I didn't see his pit stop, but he came out like 25 seconds behind the leader, which he was almost right on the back of the safety car procession we've been running for 7 laps.
I don't know if he'll catch back up in time. I think if he does, it'll be like a really late call, but I think it might go around again. Actually,
it's gonna have to be like right now.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get there in time. They're gonna go around one more time. Oh, I lied. They're going in.
Late.
The car is going in. That is a very late call. See if Beamer does the same thing again. So he's holding the brakes this time, in comparison to some people who get throttle limited.
On the tires, because he took off there.
Got a pretty big gap to Stig behind.
Caution for I don't know what. There's fake cautions being thrown out wherever we're going.
3 wide. At the back here. Yep, someone's got to give a little bit. That broadcast camera's terrible. Semtex. Oh my gosh, there's a big kerfuffle in the midfield here. They're all bumping into each other. Kermit kind of tapped Big Mama Frank there. Semtex kind of got shoved out the way. And they're all going for it already.
Yeah, so I believe if Mod is running the stock setup, his turning is going to be pretty awful.
Yeah.
But his straight line speed is probably going to be far faster than anyone else in here. As we got a spin in the back, and that looks like X.
VSC.
Kermit.
Ooh, he's got a 5-second penalty.
Yep.
And Dan got a 5-second as well for hitting Kermit too.
Kermit does not have a wing, so I don't know if maybe Kermit got sideways and then just got hit by everyone behind.
There's so much happening.
I know.
It's so hard to keep up.
It looks like Semtex has his whole front wing, so
maybe
he's definitely
just,
off the track. Maybe he just kind of
tapped him and then it spun him around or something.
Yep. Well, Kermit's gonna obviously duck into the pits here because he needs a new wing. So the race thus far is not going well for our championship leader.
And one of his contenders has jumped into the pits as well. Epic wins. Big still up there. Semtex catches 5 in the pit lane. And how long do you think the softs will last, do you think? Even with a couple safety cars?
Well, there's a bunch of cars. So they could probably go maybe 13, even 14 laps. Gotcha. Because, I mean, we've had 7 safety car laps, right?
Right, yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, at worst, oh no,
Ooh,
Epic
drive-through
out of the pits. That's unfortunate.
He's got a. It's funny in his stream. He's got a command that says "Watch your delta" all the time because he never does it. But green flags again, and Stig is now right behind Beamer. He'll definitely have the advantage now with 8-lap-old mediums compared to 8-lap-old softs. So
I would say if not this lap, upcoming the next lap, those softs will start to fall off significantly. But Stig is gonna have DRS. Should have DRS here. or is it just it's going to start this lap? I believe.
I think so.
Yeah. So Beamer looked like
they're all like right there with each other as well. There's all 5 of them. Simon's going side by side. Sticks his nose in, but doesn't do anything egregious.
Oh, got a little loose there from Capacci behind. We're all following possession very nicely here.
Nice little 8-car battle here at the front. Little gap to Mod behind. Simon's thinking about making a move, but he thinks better. Thinks he wants to try and maybe catch him on the straight.
We got Beamer right up behind Stig, looking probably to make...
Oh, he gets a little loose. Ooh, I thought Simon might have caught the side of him there. Manages to catch it. He's still in it. He doesn't have the DRS, so he's going to swallow it up at the moment.
J-Joe now right up behind Apache. And Chili, Willie, and Maud, both not far behind them. It's a bit of a gap between Gary and Big Mama Frank. There's going to be no DRS there, but there's a massive DRS train from first all the way down to 10th.
See if anyone starts dumping the battery. I see Simon's dumping the battery a little bit to try and see if he can make any ground, because he knows Fatweed's charging right behind him, so...
To me, it looks like... I mean, Stig didn't have any DRS at all, and he was able to hold Beamer off completely there, so I'm thinking that Stig has a low downforce setup and Beamer may be running a bit higher.
Right, yeah.
He is very close.
He does have that DRS advantage to Stig a little bit, but like you're saying, like watching them in the corners, looks like he can catch him a bit more, but on that straight, even when Stig is, they're both dumping, Stig still has that straight line advantage.
See coming out of here.
DRS on. What's the battery on? Yes, he's not gaining too much. We're still kind of sticking right with him, so...
Maybe trying to buy this time here. Maybe gonna take a look at Stig on the front stretch here. Like I said, I don't know what... I'm not MRK, so I don't have all the fancy behind-the-scenes stats and can tell what the driver's tires are at or anything. Yeah. So, I assume he's close enough now to
He's making a move. I was looking at Mod behind, and there he goes.
Apache dunked into the pits, I believe. Don't know if he's got wing. Doesn't look like he's got wing damage. Just going on to the hards. Gonna finish out the race there. Maybe
trying to. Got sick of it. He's like, okay, it's time to box. As Chili gets double overtaken by Mod and Gary.
Mod's making those soft tires in the base.
Took a little bit of a defensive line there, but I don't think Prig King was really looking to try and attack him there. As Mod and Gary, little bumps. Still kind of side by side, but I think he's gonna back out a little bit with that DRS.
I think Mod is just gonna blow down the straight now because he's got that downforce set up on. Just I feel like so much faster down the straights than all these other guys.
Right, exactly.
God.
Back up here. Let's see what Simon's up to. He's still right behind front two, riding his time as well. Same strategy as Stig.
This lap right here, maybe...
Ooh, as J2 got a little loose coming in a Parabolica. Yep, as Gary now snaps that position up. Maybe Mod will get a good run on him as well, because he doesn't have the DRS.
Beamer gets around Stig. Locks up a bit into turn one.
Went side by side with J-Joe. Is he going to make that stick? He kind of taps him around. He's able to hold it, though. He's got Chili right there with him, and there's so many cars right on top of each other. Prig King right behind them as well, looking to snap up a position.
No damage to anyone, I believe.
They're trying to outbrake each other, give space. As Chili gets, I don't know if he got touched or if he just kind of slid. I think he might have got his front right. poked a bit.
So Maud is slow through Sector 2 here, but he is definitely rapid on the straight, so see if he can hold off Pritkin here, even though he's got no ERS.
Beamer's doing a great job here with a 12-lap old soft, still managing to kind of, him and Stig, I wouldn't say they're fighting too much, they just kind of pass each other on the DRS straights.
Yeah, I think these top four know that there's no point in really battling right now. I mean, you still have half the race left, so
right.
There's no need to, force yourself around and do dumb stuff.
As Pricky makes a great move through Parabolica, Maud decides, okay, it's time to box, get off these tires. Comes into the pits.
I wonder if he's going to go to mediums now.
The top five still all right with each other. We'll see what they can do later on. Playing the long game here, especially Beamer on the 13-lap old soft. So they'll probably be pitting at some point soon. Then the next couple of laps, I'd assume anyway.
Hit now that's 14 laps on the mediums. That's a pretty good time if you ask. Pretty good length time if you ask me. So if I'm Beamer, I mean, there's no point in.
A yellow flag. Let me scroll down the order a bit.
It's like the Ferrari, maybe. Big Mama Frank is a little.
Yep, he looks like he's loose again. Coming into Lesmo 2. Let's everyone pass. I think he's missing an M plate, as that looks like. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see what that does.
Toby's doing a good job in P11 at the moment, just kind of running his own race.
Yeah, I think Toby is actually in a really. If there are no safety cars, I think Toby's in a really
good spot.
But
as Beaver gets passed by Simon, yeah, I see.
The wrong end of DRS chicken right there, and Stig and Simon Carlson.
Ooh, in fact, we tried to stick his nose through the door. That was close. Could have ended in tears there.
But if I were
looks like he's gone over, and he's got a 3-second for cutting the cane a bit. Went over the bumps. Wasn't slow enough, and got a third warning from that.
So it'll be interesting to see where these guys end up, because Toby doesn't have to pit for the rest of the race. So if there's not another safety car, he could find himself pretty high up there.
Right.
Georgester, I believe he can probably push those hards all the way to the end as well.
Yeah, and Toby's just kind of sitting in his DRS, just having him drag him along a bit.
Yep. So those guys are in their own race there. Big Mano's right behind them. He's kind of in the same boat. And then you have Capacci and Maud, who are a bit further back. But be interesting to see where the leaders come out after they pit.
I think it's getting towards that time.
I would expect to see Beamer. I would expect to see Beamer in this lap.
Yeah, Fatweed has decided to take off his hard tires. We're gonna go for an undercut. I know Rampage was kind of pushing him around some of the corners. I think he's a little happy. He's got a little bit more space, but at the same time, he's still right on top of the top three. So he'll just take the free spot, keep it pushing.
Really surprised Beamer hasn't come in yet, because I know you're trying to push the softs as far as you can, but you're almost at the point where you can go to another set of softs.
Right.
So I would definitely have already pitted and gone for the mediums. Maybe he's hoping for another safety car, but maybe. I don't know. I feel like we're pretty spread out right now as far as the field goes. There's not too many huge battles. You got Kermit and Epic down there battling, but
Semtex gets past Dan, going to turn 1. It's kind of, like I said, kind of fizzled out a little bit. Still like the top 4 doing their own thing, and then everyone else just kind of having at least one person pull them along, so.
Simon's looking pretty quick, looking like he's trying to get by Stig here. I don't know if either of them are going to duck into the pits, but they do not. Beamer also does not. I
think he's just trying to drag this out as long as possible. But I don't think it's smart if he waits too long to put the mediums on, but
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not ideal, and thinking it's going to be another safety car. I don't want to get burned, but at some point you have to bite the bullet and just
ooh, I saw a
come in.
spin. I saw a
Yellow.
spin. I think it's Semtex.
Protect.
It is.
Safety
He's
car.
facing the wrong way, coming out of Ascari. Gonna wait,
And
let
it
them
is-
go by, and off he goes again.
And there I am sending the.
Oh, it's a safety car. I didn't even notice that safety car.
Yep. Sending it right into Beamer's lap. There you go.
He's like, "Thank you very much. I will take that. Take these softs off. Put the mediums on."
On the mediums, it'll be interesting to see what people like Tolby, Fake Bano, Georgester do, because they can make it to the end.
Yeah.
But you're probably only going to have about 7 or 8 racing laps on softs. So.
Or do they decide to put on mediums if they haven't already?
Yeah.
Because I was surprised, like Big Mama Frank, he pit, and he's now on 2 lap old softs. Do you think he's gonna stay out, or do you think he's gonna, since he's at the back already, he's just gonna try and take those off and put another set on?
I don't know.
As everyone diving into the pit lane. Ooh, Beamer got a little loose there. I thought he was gonna hit the back stick.
Gary's gonna come in as well. Pridkin comes in. J. Joe has to come in. Let's see what George does here.
Watching Toby. Yeah, looks like everyone's just gonna jump right in. That's all about what tires they're gonna put on, the mediums or the. Fatweed should stay out. Yeah, he's gonna stay out.
Still don't know how many spots he's gonna make up here.
So he was in 4th, behind or in front of Rampage. So he's gonna be right behind Rampage this time. Did anyone else stay out? Mod stayed out. Now he's up to P6. Now we just have to wait for the last few guys at the back. See what they decide to do. 8 lap old. Got tires, they're gonna go in. Big Mama Frank decides, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got softs on. I mean, he could have come in for another set of softs because, I mean, he didn't participate in qualifying, right?
No, he did not.
Well,
yeah,
he should
a quali ban, I think it is.
Have 2 sets of fresh softs.
Yeah, Monaco, I kind of agree. I'm not sure why he stayed on the softs that long, but for Beamer, it worked out. It fell right, like Jim said, fell right into his lap. So.
Yep. He looks like a genius right now, but if there wasn't a safety car the rest of this race, he was going to probably.
I mean, he's got the pace to be at the front as we see, but yeah, wouldn't have been an easy task, I don't think.
Yep.
As Dan is the one on the oldest laps or tires right now, with 8 lap old mediums.
If I were him right now, P16.
He's jumping the pits now.
Come in for new softs.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. I think he's got a. I think it's penalty. Oh, does he still have the collision penalty?
No, it's a 3-second.
It's a 3-second. Okay.
So.
Gotcha.
I mean, what are you gonna lose here?
Yep, you might as well.
You've got 2 championship contenders right behind you. So.
As Frank decides he is gonna go in the pits. So after all, get off those softs and just put on a new pair. Surprised he didn't do it the lap before, but
yeah. Maybe he's listening to the stream and that's a great.
we're giving clues as Dan picks up 5 for speeding the pit lane.
Dan listened to us as well, but
sorry, Dan.
He's decided to get a 5-second.
Anyone else jumping in the pits? I don't think so. I think everyone else is good on their tires. Now we just gotta wait for everyone to catch back up again. And this is what our 3rd safety car, 4th safety car, 3rd.
I think it's 3rd full safety car and the
1 VSC. Yeah.
I don't think Big Mac Dan's gonna catch up this lap.
So I'm gonna go around again.
It'll be close. Maybe he will catch up right around the last corner like we did last time. So, we've got Simon in the lead, followed by Stig. Stig right now, probably knowing that his 2 closest championship contenders are down in 15th and 16th. he's good with a P2.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he wants the win, but he doesn't need to push, you know?
Right, exactly.
Need
I
to
think
push
just
for the
looking
win.
at the kind of the pace difference a little bit.
Yep.
So it's like Fatweed Mod and then Gary. And I think he's got a little bit of a buffer for anyone that's going to try and maybe even challenge like Rampage and Fatweed. Um, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Still waiting for Dan to catch back up. So one more lap.
Yep.
Gary's penalty is a 3 second. I'm pretty sure. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3 second. Yes. That
Yep.
was for cutting
Yeah.
the first corner. Or the second
Yep.
corner, sorry.
So I don't know if it was him trying to escape
Yeah.
and avoid. I don't know if it was him trying to avoid an incident or not. That would be something you have to talk to him about there, Mr. TP.
Yes. Because he went over the bumps. He didn't like cut the chicane fully. He kind of hit the bumps here. It looked like he still tried to make the corner, and then I gave him a warning, I think. But he was battling with somebody, so maybe he also got pushed off. This is the spectator camera is a little awkward to see there. It doesn't really show it, so.
Wish that was one thing I wish they did in this game is they improved some of the camera angles because like some corners like in the broadcast view, like there's just you don't see any cars and they just appear from behind the wall.
Yeah, that happened in the I think it was with Mono at one point, like or it was Chili. Chili got past my mod, I think it was, but then his car just kind of vanished on my screen. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, wait, what happened to him? He just ended up just being right behind him.
Yep.
Calm went. Did you like my tier 3 strategy? Yeah, it was fantastic. You putting on the intermediates on a dry track, very good, very cool.
Genius strat. We all aim to do.
Typical Spurs fan behavior. That's all I'll say. Rampage is cooking. He's looking really good. He's looking really strong. So we'll see if he can get up on the podium, possibly for the win here. The safety car will come in this lap.
Bieber had the pace on the softs, but now that everyone around him has softs, I wonder if he will have the pace on the mediums.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting to see this restart. I want to see how Simon does it differently than how Beamer was doing it. Slowing them right down, weaving a little bit. Yeah, it's like barely any throttle pressure. It's super sketchy for like the people in the middle and at the back because they think that you're speeding up and slowing down when you're not really. But here he goes now. He's going wide a bit. I don't know if he's gets a warning for that, but it was not a very good exit as Stig is right behind him. I think he's gonna get the move done here.
I believe he will get a warning for that. I think the game does give
side by side. Little bumps, I think. Oh, the little contact. Beamer's gonna take that spot. Thank you very much. And Rampage is also gonna make the move, I think.
Caution in the back. It looks like Semtech, Tic-Mac, Dan,
Happy Like Pies.
All involved. Kermit in P15. He's going to try and work his way into the top 10. He's got guys on mediums in front of him, so he's going to have the pace speed-wise on these tires.
And as I say that, he just got past Big Mama Frank, it looks like.
I think it was Toby. Toby got a little loop.
Gotcha.
And they both got past him, so Kermit is going to definitely push, try and get past these three guys in front of him, and maybe he can backhand his way into some points.
Yeah.
As Chill gets a time penalty.
Yeah, I think Simon might be kicking himself a little bit there. I think he started a little bit too early, didn't have the grip that he wanted coming off the exit of Parabolica, and it just gave Stig the opportunity to just make the pass no problem, as he now gets the fastest lap. Gary getting past Mod.
A little wide as well.
Jojo is dumping. He's going to go for it. He's on the grass a bit. He's going for it. They're going side by side. Face being given. Very nice, gentleman. And Gary is through on the exit. There definitely is another buffer in between the top 5 and everybody else.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how it's going to play it at the end, if they're going to really just start going for it, really fighting hard, because now it's getting to that squeaky bum time.
I think we're gonna see some bumper cars coming in shortly here in the top 4, maybe even a bit further down.
Yeah, because especially when you're in the mid pack and at the back, you have nothing to lose. Rampage picks up 3. That's tough for him. Because they're all so close together. There's not many laps left, so that'll drop him right down the order.
Put him way down.
Look what you did, Calm. You cursed him.
Mano and Frank battling with Kermit joining the fight. There's 4 wide. Kermit dives to the inside.
And really close to Frank. I thought he might have bump drafted him a little bit.
That
AlphaTauri just kind of stopped in front of him, and that definitely threw him off. I don't think he was expecting that.
I think that was that looked like a late move by Fake Mano there, cutting across the front.
Yeah.
And Kermit was already there. I think he really had anywhere to go or anything he could have done. But once again, Kermit does not have a front wing. So
that's unfortunate. I don't think that was his fault.
Nope. I don't think it was. I think he was just...
The penalties are ramping up here. Batweed catches 3.
Beamer has 3 now. Batweed has 3. Rampage has 3. So, these guys are battling like crazy up here.
Now they're really going to have to fight for it now because they're all on equal footing, or except for Stig and Simon.
Simon is in a great spot, and so is J-Joe, believe it or not, because he is going to gain as long as he can push a little bit. It
depends. I think if Gary can kind of push him, I think Gary's might be quicker in the straights. He's catching his Rampage, takes the lead of the race. Nice little overtake before the corner starts.
Gary sends it in on J-Joe. They're 2 wide. Just both of them a little squirrely out of the
little bumps.
I think we're good.
But yeah, this is not what J-Joe wants either. He wants the clean air so he can try and catch back up, but Gary is making his life very difficult.
Yeah, J-Joe just wants them to not battle because he needs to move up and try and stay within the 3 seconds of the guys. He goes really wide there. That's not going to help his race.
Back up as Mod is DNF'd.
Mod is out.
Mod is crashed. He's in the middle of the track. Hopefully everyone slows down. It's a safety car. Wow, late safety car.
We are going to have an all-out brawl.
I wonder if Mod spun or if there's contact. Did he hit the wall? I mean, to be in the middle of the track is quite tough.
It looks like he probably got on
power too early.
Power a little too early out of the second Lesmo. I mean, that's it. There's no saving it there.
Yeah.
So.
And unfortunately, the only 2 cars to DNF are the Haas.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Yes, we've had a very rough day today in the Haas camp. So.
Did I see someone going in the pits? It was Kermit. Yeah. For change that wing.
So he'll be putting on another set of softs, I would assume. Change the wing. And we'll try it all over again. But the safety car will be coming in this lap, regardless of whether these guys are all caught up or not. So...
That's a rough day for everyone. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely been a rough day. Getting towards the end of the season, we're getting a bit tired of battling. You know. It drains on you. Thankfully we've shortened the seasons for everyone because way back when we first started, they were 24.
I was gonna say those races were long, weren't they? Or the seasons were long.
So it was half a year.
Yeah. That is a commitment right there. And as you said, safety car going in this lap.
So Stig and Simon Carlson are in the best spots right now. They have no pens.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can quickly pull up and see if they have any warnings from the race
I say
director.
JJ's been saved with that safety car a bit too, because he was losing a bit of time fighting with Gary. So now it gives him an opportunity to, yeah, get in the top 4. Potentially even a podium. So who's got the biggest pin? I think is Dan at the back. Oh no, he took it off. He pit. That's right. Yeah, everyone's on a 3-second time penalty.
And
As Rampage is gone. No, not yet. I lied. He's not gone. They started speeding up a bit, so I was like, oh, they're going. And Rampage goes now. Stig kind of saw it coming. I think he wasn't to get the greatest start, but I think it's enough to have him safe passage into turn 1 here.
Gonna be not safe passage for everyone behind though.
Nope. As I see, the Mercedes. Oh, Beamer. He tried to. He caught some airtime there.
He was on the grass with the brakes sliding through turn 1.
As Big Mama Frank has DNF'd off to the right side of the track, I could see. Rampage. And Rampage is still right behind Stig.
Yep. So Stig made the pass. Oh, there's a
more crashing.
Mercedes. It's Mercedes all over the.
Oh,
there's
Beamer.
More cars sideways.
Oh my God! What is happening? Semtex Beamer. That is very unfortunate for Beamer because he was having such a good race up until that point. But this always happens with these last dashes to the line. So
safety cars really throw a wrench into everything.
Yeah, I was rooting for Gary. He had a great race as well. Heavy Like Pies picks up 3.
I think it's a 3. That kills him because he was ahead of Kermit. Not that they were fighting for a whole lot of points here, but Kermit looks like he's maybe going to get up to P8 here because he's probably going to get this move done around Tolby as well.
They're going for it.
Hang on for a point.
I'm going to go back up top. Rampage going side by side. Sticks his nose in. Turn 1. Turn 2 still side by side. Who's going to get the better exit? That's quite even, actually.
Whoever Simon pushes is going to get the better exit here because Simon right behind both of them. Simon did pick up a warning as well. So okay. This is Stig is not battling.
Stig is like, okay, I'll let you take that one. Ooh, Simon bump him there? Maybe it was a bit of decent cut. Or just the camera angle.
But yeah, nope. Stig will not be fighting. There's a yellow in the.
We've got Tolby down.
Tolby is down the order. Fortunate for him, he was looking to try and grab a point, reserving here today. Semtex without a wing again. Semtex hasn't had a wing for most of the race today, I feel like.
Simon's gone fully off the track here. Fatway's able to snatch that spot from him. Not sure if he was pushed off fully. I thought Stig gave enough room there. It's a little hard to tell. This Rampage is going to cross the line if he doesn't spin here.
He's going to cross it in P1.
But we'll see where he ends up. Stig is going to pick up the W. Let's see what happens with all the pens. JJ ends up on the podium at the end of the day. And they're crossing the line.
7. So didn't have the day that he wanted, taking the points lead into today, but to end up P7 after riding around in pretty much P17 or 16 most of the day.
Most of the race. I think he'll take that.
I think that's a good result for him for sure.
Well, that's unfortunate for Tolby. He was doing really well, trying to hold his own there. And some unfortunate contact sent him down. But overall, everyone seemed to be on their best behavior. I mean, only 2 DNFs has got to mean something. So
yeah. I mean, there were a bunch of incidents. There was a bunch of stuff going on, but I mean, for the most part, it was a pretty darn good race, I would say.
We got Stig celebrating another podium, another win, pushing on to secure this Drivers' Championship in Tier 2.
He will go to, he had 79 points, so he'll go to, quick math here, 104, and then Kermit will get 6 points, so he'll be at 91, so it'll be a 13-point gap.
Gotcha. Well,
Epic gets a point, so he'll be up to 80.
I think
So,
he got 1 point in the end.
yep, 1 point in the end. So he'll be up to 80.
I think he'll be kicking
And
himself too if he didn't get that time penalty. Um,
yeah,
Definitely would
yeah,
have
because
helped his point total there for sure.
I think it would have been P8, I believe, right behind Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't get that, so
But
unfortunate.
unfortunately, I can't do interviews today because it's time to brush my dog because she is hairy as heck. But
That's totally fine. But we will be back next week with the finale. It's a three-way battle for the championship. I don't know if we're doing under the lights, but maybe under the lights
that'd
at
be
Monza.
cool. Have to watch it on my phone because unfortunately I will not be at home for it. Being at work pretty much the whole day. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good finale for sure.
I agree. So, everyone, thanks for joining us. Congratulations to Steak, Rampage, J. Joe, top three. Everyone, go watch Tier 1 games right now.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all watching. Bye bye.
See you next time.